Welcome, welcome, welcome back, family. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope community. A place to heal, to relax, to be yourself. I am Jessica. I am a Reiki Master Practitioner and Intuitive, and we are going to go on your healing journey today. I hope you enjoyed the past 2 weeks of love healing. Now we're going to move on and just work on everything. If love comes up again, we'll do that. But we'll work on wealth, money, abundance, health, energy, creativity, and passion. You know, I'm tempted to make money March, and do things about abundance. So leave me a comment below if you really want to see a money March. And then we can dedicate videos in March to money, wealth, abundance of energy, and things like that. So just for today, we're going to relax. Now, I wanted to take this time to explain what Reiki is. Reiki is a tradition that's relatively new, a little bit over 100 years old, and it comes out of Japan. And if you think about traditional Chinese medicine, you think of things spanning back thousands of years. So for something to be a little bit over 100 years old, it's relatively new in history. But the principles of Reiki are that which has been taken from wisdom traditions before, packaged up at that time, and delivered in a new and fresh way that the universe and those who resonated to it really needed it. So now, Reiki is one of the most popular energy healing modalities. It is, and it can take many forms. Reiki can be very light, very energetic, and it can be also very deep and very healing. It can be a combination of both. It really just depends on the practitioner. And oftentimes, the practitioner brings in other wisdom traditions that they know, energy healing traditions, and adds to the experience. Though some Reiki lineages want exclusivity, a lot of times what we see as Reiki allows and welcomes other energy healings, other forms, other things for the practitioner. The training itself teaches traditional Reiki symbols, practicing energy work, understanding the laying of hands, so physically being in a space as well as working energetically from a distance, which I do and which I love to do. And working at a distance allows us to open and expand our mind, because it then says that that energy can go beyond space and time. That the moment that I am making the healing and the moment you receive it doesn't have to be at the exact time. It lines up perfectly, because there is no time. There is no distance in the energetic world. Physically, we have all those things. Energetically, we don't. So you receive a message when you need it. That's why, as you're scrolling through your YouTube videos, you might see a video and you're like, wow, I really needed that. And the video came out 6 years ago. And you're like, how in the world is this so relevant to me right now? I would think the video would need to be uploaded today. But no, in an energetic sense, there is no space. There is no time. That's how it works. So Reiki can be used for several things. Like, for example, in this moment, I'm setting the intention that as you are learning what Reiki is, that you have experience yourself, a calming experience, a loving experience. So this is an example of me using Reiki in a gentle way. Reiki can also be used in a, so the words I want to use is powerful, assertive, an aggressive way. Aggressive not being anger, but meaning it can be used for other things, such as if a person is in a vibrational state in which they're no longer responding to being able to help themselves. Conventional medicine is not working. They're not able to see a therapist. They're not able to take medication to help them get out of that so that they can continue to move forward in their healing. Reiki can be used to lift a person up. People with that background usually have other healing modalities behind them. For example, I feel, though what I think is not the end all be all, that shamans and shamanism is probably one of the most powerful healing modalities. It is the oldest healing modality that we have. It is the beginning. It is the first religion that humans have. It is the first medical system that humans have. And shamanism popped up over the entire world. There's no place in the world that the origins of all their faith and all their, I was going to say magic, which you can say magic, which is the manipulation of energy, their religion, whatever that religion is. There's no place that didn't start with that. That's just history. It has different names, different groups interpret that differently, and that's 100% okay. The important part is that you own your power and you resonate with whichever is calling out to you. So if something's not calling out to you, don't force yourself in it. There's something packaged for you. That's why we have all these wisdom traditions. That's why we have all these faiths. That's why Reiki can be so flexible, because what is packaged for me doesn't have to be packaged for you to resonate, and this vice versa. So really, you have permission to go out and experience healing in the way that you need it for yourself. So with this, what specifically Reiki is doing, getting the history out the way, is it's manipulating the energy around you. And when I say manipulating the energy around you, what I mean, manipulating sounds very like woo-woo, very mysterious, which some people love, and that's okay. From a scientific perspective, when I say manipulating the energy, I mean manipulating the electromagnetic fields, manipulating the heat within your body, manipulating the ability to create chemical reactions within your body, because being able to use that, it acts as a stimulus for other things. And what I mean by stimulus for other things, I mean that you can use the energy that you learn, Reiki and other healing modalities, to work with yourself, work with others, work in general, to go in and initiate a healing response. So we have chakras, which is an energetic system, and we have meridians. It's another energetic system. There are more energetic systems, depends on the lineage. Chakras, we use it in Reiki, we use it in yoga, and you can use other energetic systems as well. But for example, with yoga, you're working with the chakra system. In acupressure, you're using the meridian systems. You can also use the chakra system as well too, and whatever other energy systems are coming to you. Balancing out these energy systems create a response in the body, and that response in the body is a trigger to make things happen within the body. So if you want to heal, for example, the thyroid, initiating a Reiki response there or working there allows different chemicals and different energy to act as a stimulus to begin to regulate that area so that it can perform better. Now, there are other ways to do this too. You can take medication, right? You're taking a substance in the body that's causing a chemical reaction that then becomes a stimulus. You can try to remove yourself from situations. So if you're in a bad chemical situation, a place with a lot of pollutants. Taking yourself out of that removes the negative stimulus and stimuli, so that your body can generate and regulate itself. But when it comes to energy healing, it's usually because you've hit a wall. You've taken yourself out of the situation, or you're not able to take yourself out of the situation, but most likely you've taken yourself out of the situation. You're no longer responding to conventional medicine, and that means pills as well as therapy, talking things out to our psychological abilities are very strong as well. So getting that out the way, Reiki then can be used as an external manipulation of that energy to regulate the system. So in a best case scenario, you're utilizing all of these things. There are some people who really feel like, I only want to do one thing. If that's fine, you can do that. But if we're blessed with all of these things, we're blessed with medicine, we're blessed with therapy, we're blessed with energy healing, we're blessed with passions and things, why not use them all? So Reiki provides that flexibility to bring it in. And Reiki is actually a wonderful modality to have if you're something else. For example, if you're a nurse, it's helpful. If you are a therapist, it's helpful. Even if you're a coach, it's helpful. If you're helping somebody transform their life in a certain way, you can help them as you understand what they want, and you can teach them. So I basically explain what Reiki is. Now, what exactly am I doing, and what exactly can you do? Because you can practice it now. What exactly are you doing? Well, what it is it starts by setting the intention. You are setting the intention of healing. You are setting the intention of love. You are setting the highest vibrational intention. Now, setting the intention is not exclusive to Reiki. We see this in all healing, energy healing, and magic modalities. So I'm not just talking about our shamans and our Reiki practitioners and our yogis and our pranic healers and all of those things. I'm also talking about people who are witches, people who resonate with law of attraction, people who believe in that energy of creating and setting and being balanced internally to create the environment or attract the environment they're searching for. So setting that intention is vital in any modality, any energy, any attraction, any type of manipulation with magic. And magic is a word that I want to use to represent things that we can do that science maybe doesn't understand yet, but probably in 100 or 200 years or even sooner, science will understand it. For example, meditation. Meditation has been used for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. It seemed very, strange, but we have enough scientific research to understand that meditation can really be helpful. So meditation is no longer this kind of scary magic, not scary, but not this mystical, magical thing. It's because science is catching up. So what we're doing in Reiki and any of these healing modalities, anytime you're writing a petition, you're a witch, anytime that you're doing any of this stuff of setting an intention, that's all it is. That's all magic is. I wish I could make it more mysterious, but it's just simply that. And because we can do these, why wouldn't we have access to it? Don't limit yourself and wait for science, because your whole life is going to go by realizing that you could have made life a lot easier for yourself. You can attract things, you can heal things, you can ask for things, and it starts with the intention. Now, the foundations of Reiki is that the intention has to be higher vibrational, has to be positive, has to be for the good. You can, in any modality, set a negative intention, and it could be powerful. That's where you hear about curses and hexes and all those kind of things. Let me explain something about that. If you do that, you work with people who do that, you will receive that, okay? They will receive that, and that is the energy that you will continue to flow in your life. So no matter how angry or upset or how hurt you are in life, never, and I am saying from the deepest core, never create those huge intentions to hurt another person. Why? Because you will receive what you put out. And life is more about being in control of ourselves than being in control of others. Destiny is going to play out for that person, okay? That'll be fine. But use any trauma that you experience and use it to make you wise, because that's going to take you forward. Because I promise you that if you ask somebody to write you a petition, to set an intention, to hex somebody, yes, you will curse that person. And they also have to receive it. But you will also be cursed yourself. And the practitioner brings that energy in too. Now, there are some very powerful practitioners who understand energetic hygiene and they can manipulate and duck and dodge. But who wants to live life like that forever? Okay. And I also say that to say, what I do here on this channel is bring the energy up. If you need something that is the opposite way, you're not going to find it here. And I'm not going to say you're wrong for wanting that. I'm going to say, release this and go find that. You don't need to be here. You can go. For those who want to pull their energy up, who want to move forward, who want to transform their life beyond reach, you have to let go of that lower stuff. And that's, the strength of starting with the intention. Now, as we set the intention for the highest vibrational good only, we're intending, and then we are praying, and we are asking the universe, we are petitioning, we are utilizing all of the energetic systems, balances, and all of these subtle things we learn how to do as a Reiki practitioner to ask God, the universe source, to bless this person. We do not in Reiki use our energy to pour out into another person. Healing modalities do that, and that's fine. The reason why we don't do it in Reiki is because when you pour out your energy, you become very tired, and then you have to take a step back. So you yourself can get sick. You yourself can be exhausted. But if you are asking God, the universe source, an infinite amount of energy to bless this person, and having the trust that it will happen, having the trust and the belief that the correct type of blessing will happen for this person, not only is that person blessed, but you are blessed as well. So that's really how both of those energies work together. And why wouldn't you want to manipulate that and make that grow? So you can't work with really any kind of this dark magic or any kind of like, oh, I want to, I want to go and I want to be the law of someone else. You can be all those things for yourself. Now, don't confuse dark magic with shadow work. Shadow work is going in and healing those lower vibrational experiences. And that's wonderful. That's what you see therapists, doctors, those a good friend, energy healers. That's what they're doing. Shadow work. Light work is attracting in abundance. Resonate to that. Pull your frequency to that. Don't let anyone get you out of your cool, because the secret to healing 100%, regardless of you use the energy practitioner or not, is being in full control of how you respond to a world that you cannot control. So being in full control of how you respond and how you feel, choosing to feel love, choosing to feel peace, choosing to feel patience, choosing to feel resilience, that is where your strengths come from. By getting frustrated, getting stressed, suffering, by wanting someone else to find their justice, you're never going to find it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't take political action. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be motivated to do something and to change the world. It means come from a space of being balanced and know that you can change the world. Because I think sometimes people think that if they're not angry or agitated, that they won't be motivated to change the world. In fact, you're going to be able to do so much more because you're coming from a place of balance, that you can go out and change so much more than you can than when you were coming from a place of not being balanced. And to that, I say, I give this gift of Reiki to you, and I hope that you receive it. So I really wanted to take this moment to just explain what was going on here, and to utilize this time and give you the freedom and the power to know that you are in control of your life. You can have whatever you want, and you can be whatever you want to be. So if you are ready to move forward and attract the life that you want and let go of all that other stuff, then continue to follow our community. I give you that decision. So until next time, if no one said it to you, I'm going to go ahead and say it to you. I love you, and I want you to say it to yourself too. I love myself. And let's go ahead and get this power back and transform your life, okay? Bye.